hamstring day. Hamstrings are the muscles on the back of your thighs. They're attaching to your sitting bones and then go, you have, I always say 3.5. You'll see on the picture. They go here to the inside and outside of your knee. So we're lengthening these muscles because if they get short, they can pull our pelvis into this position, and that can eventually lead to all kinds of low back pain. So let's not do that. Today, you will need a strap, especially if you have short hamstrings, and if you have sensitive knees, a blanket or something where you can support your knees a little bit, because we hang out there for quite some time. All right. So first, let's lay down. Yay! I like to pre-stretch the hamstrings while laying down because there is simply no, or as good as no, stress on your low back. So with your knees bent, you can have your strap close by in case you need it. Put like a 90-degree angle into your knees. And then bring your arms up over your head and hold on to your elbows. And slowly start to move your knees from side to side. Try not to let them fall from side to side, but guide them with some muscle tone, carefully from left to right. I even like to lift my toes up here and just roll over my heels. Twisting the spine a little bit before stretching the hamstrings turns out to be very helpful. So that's why we do this here right now. Bring your arms to the side, feet together, knees together, and shift your hips a little bit towards your right. Pull your knees to your chest, and then let the knees come to the side, towards your left side. So here, just spread your toes a little bit, and then bring some effort into turning your torso towards your right. Place your left hand onto the right outer knee, and when you exhale, push the right knee softly towards the ground. With your inhalation, come on back towards the center. Center your hips first. Feet together, knees together, shift your hips towards the left. Pull your knees towards your chest and move them towards your right. Push your right elbow into the floor, lift your chest up and rotate it to the left. Do that one more time. And then place your right hand onto the left outer thigh and wait for your exhale to push down a little bit. Don't go too strong yet, we're just warming up. As we always do, work with your low belly, because remember, when you engage the muscles of your low belly by forcefully exhaling, the muscles along your spine will also firm, called co-activation. So meaning your low back is stabilized. And then come on back towards the center. Align your hips back into the center. Grab your strap and put the strap around your right foot. So you can keep your left leg bent, and you can also make the strap like very long if you have very tight hamstrings. Yeah? Or you can come in a little closer and straighten the left leg down to the floor. So now here. Before you start stretching the right hamstrings, push the left leg into the floor, like the whole left leg presses into the ground. And then you lift the kneecap of your right leg towards your hips. That will firm your quads. That is important. So every time you inhale, left leg presses to the floor. And then when you exhale, you pull your right leg closer towards you. Inhale, left leg. Engage the quads. Pull the leg closer towards you. And then once you reach the maximum, just try to make your legs longer. Push into the strap and even the left leg. Reach out through the left leg. And then just hold. Focus on the quads strong and the left leg firm and the legs long. And release the foot by just letting it come back a little bit. Place your left foot into the strap, take your right leg out. So again, this is an option for very, very tight hamstrings. The right leg is bent. You can straighten it and make the strap a little shorter if your hamstrings are a little bit longer. I'm not even on my mat correctly. So press your right leg into the floor, lift the kneecap, so the kneecap moves towards the hip, and then pull your leg closer towards you. Right leg down with an inhalation, firm your left leg, move it in a little closer. So this way you are telling your body that you are safe, that your joints are protected before you stretch the hamstring. Only then the nervous system will give the signal for the muscle to lengthen if you are in a stable and safe position, meaning your joints are perfectly aligned and you have some tone in the adjacent muscle. Then slowly release. You can let go of the strap. Bend your knees a little bit, or not a little bit, bend them all the way. And just for a brief moment, just lift your hips a little bit. That's where the little bit goes. Just so there's a little bit of length in the front of your hip flexors. Let the hips come back down. And place your hands underneath the small of your back and rock up to sitting. Supervisor is there. I better be doing a good job. Come to all fours. If you are tighter in your hamstrings, you want to use blocks. Otherwise, hands can be on the floor. You can put something underneath your left knee in case you have sensitive knees. So the right leg comes forward. I'll show the block version first. Lift up. On your back foot, make sure that the foot is not over on the right. It's right behind your knee. Good. Then flex your front foot and straighten your front leg. So if you are more mobile, you can make your stance a little longer. And of course, you can have your hands on the floor. So bend your front knee a little bit and then push your heel actively into the floor. Then lift the kneecap like we just did and straighten the leg all the way. But don't forget to push your heel into the floor, otherwise you will go into hyperextension. Make your spine very long and then see if you can start to bow more forward. Yeah, and then this is a good forward fold. Yeah, so if you are ending up here, be proud of yourself. Some of you simply have to bow more forward in order to feel the hamstring stretch. So do what your body needs. Your body needs you to push the heel into the ground, lift the kneecap, and then exhale, bowing a little bit more. Straighten your arms again, bend your front knee, get the hand on the inside, and step back. Let's be in all fours here for a brief moment. Then take your left leg forward. So again, you can use blocks, makes even the transition easier if you need to. Straighten your front leg all the way. So this time I show without blocks. So you could be with fingertips on the floor. You could make your stance a little longer already. Push your left heel into the ground, lift your kneecap up. And then try to make your spine a little longer, and with an exhalation start to bow more forward. Every time you inhale, you try to make a dent in the floor with your heel. Every time you exhale, firm your quads. And then you will notice that the hamstrings want to get longer. Yeah, both of these actions are necessary, once again, as I said, to convince the nervous system that something good is happening. And then straighten your arms again. Shorten your stand, bend the knee, come back to all fours. So here, little cat-cow in between. So inhale, arch your low back, and exhale, round. Inhale, arch, and exhale, round. Then come to downward facing dog. So the hamstrings are pretty well prepared, so you might have a chance to get the heels closer to the floor. Look up in between your hands and step forward. On an inhale, bring your arms to the side and up over your head. Bring your hands onto the back of your hips and push the flesh of your hips, push down. Lift your chest. One more time, quads are strong as you lift up, and just do a little back bend, just as a counter pose. I'm not working on back bends today. And come on back towards the center. Now step your left leg back 3 to 4 feet. If you're using blocks, they will be right next to your right foot. We'll all start with a bent leg. Here, very important, you gotta square your hips. You gotta move the left hip further forward until your hips are square to the short edge of your mat. With your front leg bent, hands on the floor or your blocks. So now, like you kick the heel into the floor, this time you're dragging the heel towards the back of the room. This way your calves and hamstrings of your front leg are firm. Then as you exhale, lift the kneecap of your right leg and bow more forward. Good. Focus on the tone on the back of your right leg with your inhalation, and the tone on the front of your front leg on the exhalation. Just enough tone, again, to convince your body that you are safe, that there is some muscle integration. You're not just hanging in ligaments. We want to lengthen the belly of the muscles. Then look up halfway, bend your front knee. Hands can be on blocks. Step forward. Keep your knees bent, hands to your hips. Lift your torso first. Straighten your legs. Release the arms. Take your right leg back. So now here the right hip comes forward, so your hips become square. Bend your front knee, and you kind of almost like drape yourself over your front leg, hands on blocks or floor. Drag your left heel back until you feel firmness in your calves and your hamstrings. Then lift your left kneecap up to straighten your front leg all the way. So the hip want to go back to this angled position. It takes effort to keep moving the right hip forward so that your hips stay square. This is important, otherwise you stretch not all fibers of your hamstrings. You're going to miss the ones here on the outside. So again, inhale, firmness of your hamstrings and calves. Exhale, firmness of your quads. Bow more forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Bend your front knee. Step forward. Hands onto your thighs. Arch your upper body. And bring your hands to your hips. And inhale, come on all the way back up to standing. Push your hands into your hips. Lift your chest. And crawl back a little bit. Reach your arms up over your head. And exhale, hands down to the blocks or floor. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bow forward, touch the floor or blocks. Inhale, come on back up. And exhale, arms down to the side. All right, so now we're prepared for seated hamstring stretches. They can be very tricky if you're not prepared well enough, or if you actually have short hamstrings. If that's the case, please. So if you had to use blocks on all the postures before, you want to sit on a block right now. So I'm just going to show here, sitting on the block. Right leg straight, left leg bent. Strap around your foot. Yeah, so this is for all of you that have shorter hamstrings. Otherwise, you sit on the floor. You don't need a block. You probably also don't need a strap. I'll just show here. All of us, heel to the ground, lift your kneecaps. See, it's always the same, doesn't change. Lift your chest up. And here, one more thing, you guys, you gotta, every time you exhale, gotta draw the belly in to protect the low back. Yeah, so it's very important here. And then when you bow forward, really make sure that you tilt at your pelvis first. You're not trying to just round your spine. It will feel like a deeper forward fold, but you won't get the hamstring stretch. All right, the muscles of your front leg are firm. You exhale. Protect your low back and bow more forward. Yeah, so I'd rather have you here in a nice upright position, chest, neck feels open, and being somewhere here. So here we go. 3 more breaths. And slowly come on out. So on the second side, I show the no block variation, but you can repeat it, of course. So you sit on the floor. The sole of your right foot comes onto the left inner thigh. Place your fingertips onto the floor. Everybody heel into the ground. Firm the front of your thighs. Lift your chest. Exhale as the belly comes in. You bow more forward. Inhale, legs strong. Exhale, core strong. Again, you try to tilt here at the hip joint. Eventually, you can round your spine. That's totally fine. You can reach for your foot. But try not to do this. Sometimes I see this. People just want to grab the foot and then they pull the foot into this position. Not optimal. Try to keep your foot in this position and reach for it. Place your hands back onto the floor. Inhale, lift your chest. And straighten out both legs. All right. Brief moments. Come into a tabletop. Bend your knees. Let the fingertips face to the outside. This is the friendly version here. Lift your chest up. You can move your shoulder blades towards each other. And then you lift your hips up and look up towards the ceiling. Try to move your butt towards the ceiling and your belly button towards the spine. And then lower back down. All right, last one. Again, I'm going to show with the block, both legs straight. So really listen to your low back so you don't make it angry, because that one is a tricky one if you either have low back pain or short hamstrings. Often they come together. So here, feet can be together if you're more mobile and sitting on the floor, or feet hip width apart if you're sitting on the block. You don't need a strap. If you're sitting on the floor, you know who you are. I'll show the strap variation. Everybody, as we did, engage the muscles on the back of your legs. Firm the muscles on the front. Sit up tall and wait for your exhale to bow partially forward. So this is your work. Don't just stop here. Continue to firm the muscles, protect your low back, and then kind of wait for your body to give you the signal to come further forward. Yeah? Or you might be here in this position. Then place your hands right next to your hips again, and inhale, lift your torso up. Exhale, hands behind you. Turn the fingertips. If you can, if your shoulders are a little bit more open, you can turn your fingertips forward. Lift your chest again, firm your legs, and then lift up all the way, look up all the way, and push up. Slowly release, lay on your back. Like we started, move your knees from side to side very slowly, just to let the low back relax. I don't know, I really like this position. Feels good on the low back. And come on back to the center. Make your arms straight. Make a little hook with your hands and get your kneecaps into this hook and let your knees fall into your hands. Arch your low back a little bit, relax your feet. And now try to relax your whole body. Let the feet come down to the floor. Knees as wide as your mat apart from each other. Let the knees move towards each other. Kind of let them drop in now. And hands onto your low belly. Relax. And roll to one side. Come back up to sitting. That was the hamstring session. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Tomorrow we have a flow class back on schedule. I hope to see you then. Namaste.